All right, today, guys, we're gonna be looking at this video. Um, we're gonna be commenting and looking at this video. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on this video. It's a thing that we all gonna start running into a little bit more as the women reality begins to set in on them that it's not what they thought, and it ain't what they thought. So we're gonna be going and looking at this stuff, and I'm gonna be commenting on this video and tell you what I think. And I'm gonna be responding to what the man said in the video and what the lady said in the video too, guys. So we're gonna check out the video, we're gonna watch the video, and then I'm gonna let you know. Anyway, and I'm gonna be giving you my thoughts on it. The guy is cooking pretty hard, and when you got a good chef in the kitchen that's cooking, you just let him cook. So I'm gonna let him say what he's saying. We're gonna listen to what he gotta say. I'm gonna elaborate more on what he's saying, and I'm gonna respond to the lady, try to help her out in the video. He answered her, and then I'm gonna add a little more to that, a little frosting to the cake, so to speak. Okay. And yeah. So we're gonna listen to it first, and here we go. Let's see what we got. All right, here we go.
These chicks are finding out the hard way, bro, that you can't have everything. You can't have your cake and eat it too, bro. I find countless videos of 30-year-old women. I'm going to play one. 30 to 40, and they're all saying, what's wrong with these guys that are 30 and 40? Let's watch the video, and then we're going to talk about it.
The men in their 30s and 40s who are still figuring out their dating goals, I have a question. What exactly are y'all trying to figure out at your big age? Like, what did you not figure out in your 20s, early 30s, that you're still trying to figure out at your big age? This is a question that needs answers.
I'm going to tell you, here's what they're trying to figure out. Where to meet 22-year-old women, okay, to marry them. Do they have to fly to Ukraine? Do they have to fly to fucking wherever? Because these women had it set in their mind, again, that they were going to run wild, and then you, Captain Save-A-Ho Simp, would come and be that extra paycheck. That's all they thought. That's the lie they were fucking sold. Settle down when you're 30. No one wants a ran through. No one wants a street demon train wreck, bro. No one wants a town bicycle. You gave your youth away to the party scene and the streets. When you were young and fertile and ready to be married and start a family, you, in your infinite wisdom, ladies, said, you know what? The streets. So now the bills are stacking up high. They're stacking up so high. See them, they're all the way up there. And you're looking for one of these dudes to fucking cash out his chips. They're not going to do it. Unless you're like 22 years old, or then maybe like 25. They're not doing it for you. No single guy with no kids who has any money saved and any ounce of intellect would be like, you know what? I think this ran through single mom's a good fucking idea for me in my life. They're not suffering like that. They'll suffer in other ways. I'd rather sit in my house and play video games and suffer by playing video games and having a drink or two than suffer with the nagging, loudmouth, extra fucking bill who will spend every fucking cent. That's the kind of shit you have to like hide your money from, dude. But this is it. They're realizing now that they should have settled down by 26, 27, but they didn't. They wanted to keep rolling the dice. Roll the dice. And here's what it's getting you on the internet being like, what's wrong with you guys? What are you mean? What are you dating for? They're dating to get laid, have fun, not to get married to you, okay? Unless you were like 23. Later.
These chicks are fun.
Okay, you heard it there. I'm gonna just say, hold that thought 1 second.
Men in their 30s and 40s who are still figuring out their dating goals. I have a question. What exactly are y'all trying to figure out at your big age? Like,
Well, my dear, what we're trying to figure out is what country we want to go travel to and how many chicks do we actually want to have. What kind of cars we want to buy. A bucket list of places to travel to, different cultures to see, different things to do, what kind of Rolex we want to buy, what kind of we want a Corvette, a Demon, a Hellcat, a Lambo, or a Rolls Royce. What would we like to buy? A truck, a new Escalade, a new gun. What kind of hobby we like to take up? You know, what else, what we like to go, what we like to do. Go on a wild safari ride, you know, a amusement park, take a cruise to different countries, or fly to a couple of different countries, how long we want to stay. That's what we're thinking about. If we want a relationship or if we don't, that's what we're thinking about, since we control relationship and marriage, ma'am. That's what we're thinking about. We're not thinking about marriage. That's not a man's goal. Okay? But to answer your question, this is what the men are thinking about. We're thinking about how to make more money, things we want to buy, things we want to do, the cars we want to get, the jewelry we want to get, the places we want to go, the fun we want to have. Because men get their things in their later years, sweetheart. A man has to build everything he is. His body, if he works on it, he has his body in his later years. His muscles and all that mature in his 30s. He began to develop more, so he get a better body if he does the work. If he does the work for the money, he gets his money. You say man reaches his financial stride between 45 and 55. So as you can see, the body and the money comes at the later time in life. And therefore, we were never able to go into the candy store at that time. So therefore, where you were from 18 to 30, that's where we are in our later years at 45, or in our 30s going up to our 50s. This is where we're at. And since we don't have an egg problem, and since we can make babies until we die, we don't have to be in a rush the way you do. Our biology clock is different. Our bodies are different. The things we can do are different. You could do things that we can't do, and we can do a lot of things that you can do. Like make a family in our later years if that's what we want to do. So, man has a lot of options, and there are way more you than us. So unfortunately, you shouldn't have wasted your better years. The question isn't for us, what are we thinking about? The question is, what were you thinking about when you wasted and squandered all your years? Well, you should have been picking a husband and having a family.
what did you not figure out in your 20s, early 30s, that you're still trying to figure out at your big age? This is a question that...
Okay, I'm going to answer that question as well. In our 20s and 30s, we were building, because it takes time for us to get the body. It takes time for us to get the money. It takes time for us to get the car, the house, the success. So while you're out there shaking your ass and going to the club and sleeping with all the guys and sliding down the penis carousel, riding around on it and sliding down different men's flagpoles, having your fun that you were told to go do, being independent, We were building at that time, because you wouldn't date us when we were nothing. You wouldn't date us when we didn't have the body. You wouldn't date us when we didn't have the car. You wouldn't date us when we were trying to build. You wanted to come to us after we've already been built. That's at the time that you're talking about now. So in the 20s and 30s, we were building while you were partying. And now that your partying days are over and your ship has sailed and your plane, that last plane left the runway years ago, and you're aging out, now we're just getting started. Party just getting started. That's what's going on. Okay? And to the guy that made the video, he's 100% right. Ladies, you shouldn't have wasted all your years and then think now that you done wasted your years that you're entitled to something or you supposed to get something. He is absolutely right. And the same thing I've been saying in almost all my videos when I talk about this. You guys wasted your years, squandered your years, partying, having fun, doing all the shit you wanted to, having hot girl summers. Now it's a cold winter. Winter's here. And y'all sitting in your bed, cuddle up with old Fido there, if you got a dog. Some of you got cats. Some of you got plants. Some of you got birds. I met a lady that had 15 birds. And the roommate said she just kept getting birds. I said she didn't figure it out after the first 3. She got 15 of them. You should have heard her house. Everything was screaming and squeaking in there. Bird everywhere. I'm going to have to say, guys, I kind of see why I heard some men say they would not date a woman if she had a pet. Now I kind of see why. It's just like a child. She care about an animal more than she care about the man. Now I love animals too, but people come first. I come first in my life. Yeah, animals are a big responsibility, especially dogs. But animals are a big responsibility. Just today I saw a lady, single, white lady, by herself, and she had a cat inside of a carrying case, like you would travel case, and she had a dog with a sweater on with some pockets on the back of the sweater, and she couldn't go through the door without, he was real old, you know, she had him a while, and she couldn't even get in the door without letting him catch up. And I just nodded my head. And she was talking about him like he was a real person. Oh, you know, he likes it when, you know, he don't like the cold. He don't like the breeze. You know, he loves his sweater. How the hell she know if he love his sweater? How she know if he don't like the breeze? She was dragging his ass. But anyway, guys, listen. The women are gone. They are not home. They're just not. You know that at them old days where they had that end of the night when all the shows are gonna go out and hear that static. That's what's going on with them. Ain't nothing going on but static. They just don't seem to understand that a Mack truck or a train on the tracks with its brightest lights, with no brakes, carrying full load of everything, is coming full speed at them. And they like a deer in the headlights. They not moving. They not making no changes. They staying right on that track, going head on with that train. And only when they get to with that train, they gonna find out the hard way that they should have had somebody with them. One thing about this world is it's a cruel world. And they've made it really bad where people just don't care no more. The women stop caring and stop showing remorse and start talking all bad about the men, so the men don't care. And once you have that, the world don't do as well. It just don't. And it seemed to be real bad on their behalf. Ladies, I feel sorry for you. A lot of y'all just don't qualify for the men you want. And Another example. This is a video. I should go back and pull it up. And just to maybe add a little something to this video, I might go ahead and pull it up so y'all can see it for yourself. There's a guy, I'm going to take a piece of his podcast. I'm going to say his name when I get his podcast, because I usually, I forgot to do that in some of my other stuff, but I'm going to start doing that, giving them their props, because this they shit, I ain't, But the lady, I'm going to use what he say too. I want you to hear what he had to say too. That's why I'm going to say his stuff. And instead of just going to get the video myself, I'm going to leave the video, leave his part, and listen to what he say. The lady said, an older black lady, she looked like she was in her late 50s or early 60s, okay? And she said that she was going for her jog in her neighborhood. She got her house and her dog, and she's all alone. No husband, no man. And this is important, and I'm gonna make some good points here, okay? For the ladies as well, because it ain't pretty, okay? She was a little skinny lady. She didn't really have nothing going. She was just neat and clean. But, she's a normal looking, average looking lady. But she was old. Her body would look like it was gone. And she by herself. And she had a little, I guess a little retirement money. She ain't rich. She's living, I guess, I would say a average neighborhood, or a little above average neighborhood. And she said that the black men wasn't so bad like everybody been saying, and she said she woke up today, and when she was on that jog, she woke up, and she said that that she had made a mistake, that all of them had made a mistake, and that being independent was not fun, and that because it's cold, she said that she had to go while it's cold and cuddle up in her bed by herself, and didn't have no man to cuddle up to, and that's when it hit her that independence can't keep you warm at night. There's no independence, don't hold you and keep you warm at night. Independence can't protect you. And she say, ladies, we made a mistake. I need to get me somebody, But what kills me with the situation, well, let me finish what she said. She said, I need to get me somebody. I think I'm going to go to that gas station and get that bum that tell me he'll marry me every day, clean him up. Because I think he'll look good if he was clean. See, that's what they want. They want us down and out where they got to pick us up where we need them, and then they can talk shit to you and make demands. And if you don't, you got to walk on eggshells, because they the worstest at being a boss. They the worstest at having control. Your woman should never have control over nothing. She too emotional. She gonna misuse it and abuse it. They always misuse and abuse their power. The masculine women do. You got some good feminine women out there, ladies that's feminine. Hey, high five. Keep up the good work. You guys are great. Y'all have a whole nother mindset than the women that are masculine. I salute the women that are feminine. It's thumbs down to the women that are masculine. Men don't want that shit. They ain't never gonna want it. And then let me finish and tell you why. When y'all get some power, she cleaned that guy up in her house. She'll never trust him to drive her car. Even if she married him, she'll never trust him in her house like that. She probably would make him sign a prenup, wouldn't want to entitle him to none of her shit. See, and men, we don't do that. A man will date a woman in McDonald's, so he'll date a woman that's a waitress. He'll date a woman that's a grocery store if she got a good attitude and she look good. He ain't telling her she got to have her shit together or have a certain amount of things to date her. But the women are always wanting the men to have everything that they don't have, and even when they got it, they still want the man to use his money when they don't want to use their money. Don't believe me, guys? There's another video I'm going to show you about that, but I'm sure you understand and you do believe me, because that's exactly what it is. You got women like Vivica Fox, Lisa Ray. I saw a video with them where they were talking about they wanted the rich men. Now, they were around all the richest men. They wanted a rich man, and when they got the rich man, he needed to pay all their bills, and they looking like blow-up dolls, mannequins on display. Their faces and asses is full of plastic and rubber. And they done had all these damn surgeons and fucked theyself up and got their face looking like the Muppet Man. Who did it and where he went? Freddy Krueger when he first started out. And they sitting here talking about, or knock knock, who is that? Because they don't look shit like what they used to look like. Anyway, they talking about at this old age with their faces all fucked up and their bodies pretty much gone. Talking about they want a man to pay all the bills and they want to keep their money. You are out your damn mind, ladies. Both of you are out your damn mind. It ain't never going to happen. You going to die by yourself in your mansion. That's your tomb. That's where you going to die at. Whatever you bought, you going to die in that shit by yourself. And let me tell you why. First off, you got to offer the man something for him to marry you. Second off, he will be the prize, not you. You can be worth whatever amount of money. To me, you ain't a high value woman. And I'll make a video on that. But I'm going to tell you, to me, you ain't a high value woman. And I'm going to tell you why. A high value man does what? Shares his success and all the things he's earned with a woman, right? A man always shares his things with any woman that he gets with. That's what makes him high value. If he kept it himself and didn't want to share nothing with nobody and had his shit, he'd be considered above average financially, but he ain't giving nobody nothing and he ain't sharing shit. His money wouldn't count. It wouldn't count if he went to a relationship or he started dealing with people if he didn't want to spend none of it. It would be like dealing with a broke person. So ladies, when you say you're a high value woman because you make $100,000 or you're a millionaire and you don't want to share none of your wealth with that man or entitle him to your shit like you want him to do his, you're not a high value person. You're a cheap person. You're a broke person. You're a broke person because you ain't no different than the broke person because you ain't spending nothing and neither is the broke person. If a woman came along that worked in the grocery store and had a real body and looked decent or a real good body or look good and she didn't have nothing and she worked in the grocery store, a man would take that woman and be with her quicker than he want to be with you. I'm going to tell all y'all that because y'all don't get us at all. We don't care about your jobs, your careers, your houses, and none of that shit when you got it. Because to me, when you get all that stuff, it just makes you harder to get a mate. Harder for anybody to be with you. Harder for you to find anybody that qualify to be with you. Because you looking for a guy that have the money and the guy with the money don't want a woman with the money. Because she ain't sharing shit. She want to take more of his money and stack it with her shit. Don't want to spend none of her shit. She want to spend his shit. Who's going to do that? What idiot is going to do that? Ain't no fools out here, ladies. Men didn't get rich. People don't get rich being dumb. They get rich being smart. Yeah, you got some dumb ones out there, but they smart with their money if they got their money like that. They ain't stupid. They ain't get their shit and just gonna give it to you. You out your man, all y'all stupid and on some crazy shit. And I'm telling you that. Anyway, let's get back to this. Let's go back to the lady. I go in that video about the Lisa Ray thing. They ran all the richest men and don't nobody want their ass. And the light bulb ain't came on yet that there ain't nobody coming. That your ship sailed 20 years ago or 30 years ago. That nobody's coming. That you standing on a boat dock waiting for a boat that is never going to get there. That's never going to come. You're just going to be waiting for it. It ain't ever showing up. The last boat left that dock a long time ago. It don't come there no more. Period. You're an antique. You're a relic. You belong in a museum. You kind of in one. You on TV. People looking at you through the glass, through the screen. You know, you ain't what you really look like in person. It's just like that. And you're going to be remembered on video, but you're not going to go any further than that. Ain't no man finna take no woman that has been around the block, done filled herself up with plastic and rubber. No man wants a woman like that. So if you ladies don't want to share, don't want to use your money, I'm sorry to tell you, ain't no man going to accept you. That attitude, you just go ahead and die in your tomb your mansion, okay? Your mansion on the ground. It ain't in the sky, it's on the ground, but you die in that motherfucker because ain't nobody coming. Anyway, back to the lady. She get that guy from the gas station, clean him up. She'll never want to share her shit with him. So, because I was sitting down and I was doing a lot of thinking about it. The first thing she gonna say is she want a man that look good. Man that got his body together. That's gonna be a younger man. Might be an older guy like that, but the older guy like that ain't gonna want her. He gonna want the best that his body and money could buy. And he deserves it. So she's asked out on the older guys in her age group. And guys that will be way older than her, that's out of shape, that's all messed up, she don't want those guys. So with her having her house and her car and her shit and thinking that she's special, she's gonna want a man that has a nice body or looks nice that she want to lay with. She gonna want a man that she can rule and control. That don't fit the man with money, and that don't fit the above average man physically. That don't fit the man above average financially. That fits a man, ladies, that is average or below average. And mostly it fits the below average man, because even the average man ain't gonna tolerate that. And any man that come, they gonna want her for what's her money. She gonna have to pay if she want him to be there. She didn't seem to have a body. She looked flat as a board. So, and she's average looking in the face, like a 5, you know. And this is what the man said. The guy that ran the podcast, he say, unfortunately, it's too late. That ship sailed. She's in trouble. And he's 100% right. Other men in the comments said the same thing. She too old. So, there you go. So, there you go. There you have it. I'm going to get that part of the video and kind of tie it into this video, because I think it's all relevant and it kind of goes together and makes a good point. And there you go. I'm gonna do that, and you look at the video, and then in the comments, y'all get in the comments and tell me what you think. You know, tell me what you think, guys. I'm right or I'm wrong, because I don't believe I'm wrong. I know I'm right about what I'm saying. She's done. She waited way too late to come to her senses, like most of them, like I believe, like I said, most of them gonna do. And it's just gonna be too late, because physical creatures, ladies, is what the men are. Logical and a physical creature. When your physical beauty is gone, the man ain't gonna want you. If you ain't got no body, no booty, no nothing, he ain't gonna want you. It don't matter how nice you are. You didn't want the short guy when he was super nice. You didn't want the big fat guy. He was super nice. You didn't want the toe up dude that didn't have nothing. He was super nice with a good heart. Where was your heart and wanted to date him? You didn't want to date him. Just same way you can just look at a man and say he ain't my type. That's the same way we can look at you and tell you you're not our type. So this is just me telling you in the nicest way, you're not their type. The men that she would qualify for, she's not their type. The men that would be her, what she could afford with her attitude, her physical looks, and her age, is a below average man that is way out of shape, and she wouldn't want him. She wouldn't want to cuddle up with him at night. And that's why she's going to die alone with her dog. There's nowhere for her to go. There ain't no man she qualifies for that she's going to get. She ain't really going to want to pay for it like that. She is stuck in her ways. She won't understand this. She don't get this or understand this. So, and she won't want the below average guy. So what's left? Her dog that she got. She talks about having her dog. She's going to have to go make some puppies, and hopefully they'll still be there before she go, you know. But she's done. Anyway, there you go.